Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Baba. It's Nettey.
Hello, Temo Femo Yote. Mikpe mo femo kan bagbege ni femo ne oyi wala don wa de nche ake ofebe ni oba sa oba nasan le gba. Mikpe abu ake gandan mi no ya ewo ke Ghana ma mu efe no ya ewo ni wo fi oni femo ne. Eja ke yo ya ke Ghana ba hie beja gandan be ehin. No ni ya no e Ghana na yin fe eja ke amefi ame yake ame ba shi gontin ni woji gontin no e wo pa na afion e Ghana fe eyin shi mo mi no na shi wo wodi nche woni fe mu e ke wo suban e wo ni ashi wo kedi wo ke won sumo wo ye be hye ni asane wo yi anokwale be hye ni asane wo je kutumpo ye woten be hye na asane brown envelope wo kpa hemu na ken brown envelope e gba wona ke wo chema na e gba wona kedi wo kpa brown envelope emu ni wo ka anokwale fon eni asane wo ke fon pe woba no to enjoy like no ya ke shole money water wo ganame mimba mo fe mo de o manye ko ngbeji ni tete obo obi ason ni tete tv ji no ni okwo na mi pa bo fa ye shiba mi ke you subscribe ko e bo mo de nko ni o subscribe ona bo ni nchon bo mo de fe mo na kan e wa de nche kan ni mo ko lakabo go subscribe me pabo 5 bo mo de no jani fe mo ne no kin me fe ni your contact say me ona boni nchon ona ne me ni your o Twitter ja ke ha me Twitter le o blanta ni fe mo ni go your Instagram no ye na ne me je me bo mo de no ke woni fe mo ne hu aha me go your Facebook no ye na ne me Facebook we bomo de no ke ni fe mo ne ha me ni ameba fita wo yi esani wo weku e ya no ni efe mi ni eda nke ke wo weku ete no ni eda ni wo gbe fe ho e abanu wo yi cheme kenye me ni nye wo yi ni ame jegbe ame chi ame to ye ona ke o e ko ye ni ke afe e be fe be ni o ba afe e be jo nuwe ni na kan ho e bejagbe ni fi ona kan ho efa no kan ni fe ni mo ne ngona me sumo ake ofitan he ona boni nchon ni gbe efe wa ni ke gbe ba fe wa esani oja ni fe mo ni oke ha me ni ameba fita wo he kejo ejomo kono sumo no chon mi npa bo fai obanye ni oka wo comment section ne ona boni nchon ina ke jomo chon mo wo in kan yo no fe no ni mo fe mo ke wo je me alo ke wo sumo ni man bi ele nche anu bodi nche ogbe e no le ye shiba me yibo e no na ye ni fe mo ne no obanye ni bo hu oke ono amaje mi ye je me Shimon ko kemba kan ni ese ejeke ona boni nchon Ime try enyope ona too sure ona wa bi enyo ona boni nchon Oyi wala do wa mene mini challenge no ni wo ba wi mene nke bo ya Gbese ni ami ye ko
Opoyon ko se pa biba
kejo ba kai ni so chile ni ho e songmena here nye loy amefe no ni brafo chole press conference na mege ni bi ko me hwe pa no ni wo ba discuss ye bi e ni kan me ni ko la mele eni ni ejeshishi ye bata any abasheda ni ake press conference mba keji ake press conference ba ke okwa na kan video ba na ke ngbla mi fe ihabo no ko ese eje po ekon ochi na mi no mini you no neighbor songmena we kuicho ka e wombi ame ya siu aloke nge bagaywe mo mi ame asama ni Gbese ke wonche mini ewo Asafoatse Nettey wo mo ne no sande ne no ni wo bon ewe mo ochi baba o ne no me no no ni yo na kan sama mo na sama fe no jino ni gbene gbeke ne nke bo ba she ne alo lebi alo shon ne efe no yo no ko mi ne no jino ni gbene nke bo ba she ne no gbene le bo le wo ba kan ne nimpi woni kan ne mo ba fa e ya ke court wo jin efe mi sumo no o na no fe no ni yo mi she mo dani nke bo ba ya no min pa bo fa wonye mi yo Helen dasi min da mo fe mo shine ke ni e ba so far cheme kanyeme ni nyekenye ni ke ni fe ba shida petenkple e anye fe nye yi wala don ye shiba mi kejo ye jeme min pa bo fa ni ye wanyu mota otu ye bomode nko ni bohun oke ono aba ni woke wa wonyemi yo nke bu ake ko fe onyemi e bo ngo se ku e mo ko ba fe ehabo wonyemi yo ete tumi wo ni je chele no ne ba fe le ni so min pa bo fa fe koni oyo efe no yo ni okwawie momfoni ne $20 o yo njio $50 o yo njio £50 o yo njio $100 o yo njio €50 o yo njio fe kono yo mi kpabo faye ishiba mi yibo kegbe ni ona ye wie momfoni ne no bomode ni okamaje wonyemi yo ejeme MTN no money echo mokode ya ledi enchendi bulenche ko ba kwe wolu eno na na kanife mo ne no ledi enche egbe ni yo no je mokomoko gbe ni yo no ke akemajele emami ni jimoni eyajio nke emami ewe egbasani so shika eya mokomoko din e ba ya lele enche di to mo beni nke ebu e won need about 100,000 Ghana cedis ni waka ba wale ni anye ni afe surgery ne ehale bulenche komo kekaje biamini ona afi nyuma ke enyom ni neke elafebo amontone ona afi nyuma enyo ke edwe na kan ela efebo lo eja ke shika be ni doctor efo ke ba afi no ni esani akefi men any the message no from a doctor ni ba afi surgery here this morning ngba screen no kwe she doctor nkela ake eni ni bi ya keji afile egbe na shika no ni ake hale abangmeno this morning bang screen no kwe because doctor information you know she ake text messages send me when so min pabo faiwa Minda mofe moshine ke kwe ba Mr. and Mrs. Emmanuel ke Doris Taki from US nye Iradon. Wanyemi Patience Warb from USA Portland ofaine bon oyiwala don wani ne she onono. Bernard ni ama tete ofaine bon oyiwala don wani ne eshe no. Uncle Sam ye UK ni ami Uncle Sam oyiwala don. Man Rosemont Brown bon oyiwala don. Emmanuel Kwesi Ansong if you make a gbe na epi e komene ni ncho na if you me ake sometimes an agent say ni ne keni bi na chon am no if you make call oyusu zpay ke quick pay ke na kan ni bi agent say ama me gbe jino ni na na so fine keji okọ ofo na no alo okọ o receipt no ni agents ni tunie abwe Rose Brown alo Emmanuel Akwesi Ansong o fa ni bebo wakashida ha ne wani ne shashe ekoma uno ni gbe no send wave no eco remittance OVA ZPay GIN quick pay remittance OVA eco mindamo fe moshi ye shiba mi keji aleno nunu totrie ni onye ofe oyi ake okenoko ba maje wanyeme ye shiba mi o fa ne keji okemaje le bo mode nko ni o animal le boni afe ni mache ogbe ni madaboshi wanyeme UL nche send me text eke inyeminu ini ne shashika ekome ano shi mon gbebe so mi pabo fai ke mo tu ebolo e ko kwelo yake keji ani ame maje shika ame chon ame gbe boni afe ni madameshi so mi pabo fai ye shiba mi keji bohun onine aleno ye shiba mi ye wani mo febo dromo no na no ko fio no ke maje wonyemi yu e bomode nko ni o wani male moni afe ni wadabushi aleno keji oba asumo ni o mi money order alo check ni nke ha wonyemi yu e Ekole, you are not that comfortable with these various apps. Now send or nibi ye no ye shiba mi. Bamodeni o contact me ye channel e number no. Nke bo ba ywe se ma chombo address ni o send di keba. Ni ke ofe na kan wenye mi yo eni ni ba hye no. Oyi wala don wa ekon ake ofe bi. Ni menenwe oba nasani ba. Nye hani wo botia mi. Right, so tomoboni nkebwe Asafoatse Nettey ji Asafoatse ni Gbese Asafoatse mefe leji Asafoatse onupa. Asafoatse Nettey keji efanko Asafoatse kokla be Gbese ni ibafa. The last one now where about 2012 because 2012 say now what last one now we don because Asafoatse Nettey we kuni yo swalaba ya mesusu mo miye ke abawu Asafoatse Nettey ameno mimpe esani eje wache ni doku ni jete ni jisongme na yicho weku yicho alo weku nipa ke songmena biye ni ye amesusu momiye songmena ji weku ni etelio weku ife ni yo songmena eshishiye amewo ameye egbe ni amewo Asafoatse Nettey ya amesusu momiye Asafoatse Nettey songmena ye Gbese eji eni eje dani eyato swalaba no ewo esani ni efi otomo akebe ni eyato swalaba ewo be swalaba hia be Asafoatse wo mu ama me kokla ona boni ni eyo now swalaba we ku me hu nchon no kwake ameje woni ake ameje songmena Simon keje 1860 ni aboy Asafoatse wo mu keje swalaba achake go nani jemeje na wo ye ni aya no na awo ejema u kebata 2012 no ewo mini eba ni agbene atawo ni achake ona boni ni eyo ni nekeno kone ani weku komeno shishia yenyo ni yo weku komi emi ameka me iche nshele ni of course keji obo songmena bi awe motoe ya mesusu momi ame feel like be ni Gbese ke wonche ame feel swalaba bi ase ona boni ni eyo ni Gbese ekpene ni ame ba ya no ake songmena ni ame fe no ni ametawo ni ame fe kenye ba aka ye songmena we ku ichwe lele nche te no ni ewo Asafoatse Nettey eko no se mi Gbese paramount stool ame suspend le because ame ane nu shishiya ke sanekashi ni aywe between songmena ke swalaba no biamini agbeko na kansane awemo mi ebe alo esani ewu Asafoatse until ni abagbe na kan awemo na dani eya no ni ewu Asafoatse shi ya mesusu mo mi ni doku ni jete bo ametwe ni ledi enche ete no ni ewu Asafoatse kesongwe na weku now ni doku ejie na kan awemo na kenye ba kai wa last video ngla mi habo ne ke dabi je na kan fe biamini fe yake ebawo Asafoatse mofe moni esani Asafoatse wo mo abamie ko ani na kan mo nu shishi ona boni ncho mofe moni esani awola Asafoatse biamini be hye mofe mo na sana ha leda na kan mo da onu pa ekomeni ameka ameni ne wolo eshishi ni suspend le ame dan ke no ngleji na ke hwe no fe no atefi oteni ne ko onu pa ine no ame ko ame se na ame ba ko ake ni doku echu no koni esa na kanjino ni doku ke no efio mi ake swala babi efia me yake Asafoatse Nettey ama me to ame hia na me to ye ame je woni yake songme na agi weku icho je meje na ameje ame je woni yake ame nyeme ji meni yo songme na Gbese shimo ame chono kwa keji ebale Asafoatse Nettey wo mo le no ame no mi ajo na wo ye Ova no na boni njon no any misunderstanding fio eba somena ye Gbese ke swalaba weku eten ne tamobeni nke abue somena bia ni yo Gbese ame ya mesusu momie fio amake ni Gbese ke ewomche ame fi swalaba bia se no jino ni ke lawsuit ne eba ake injunction egme Gbese ke swalaba weku eno ake ameka ya no ni ameto Asafoatse Nettey no amene no juno ni wo ba ya mi ona boni nchon ni wo kande ni wo kwe no ni ake right so na meji plaintiff say ni yo ne ke lawsuit ne allow injunction ne ni aya seek ya court ke me ni Gbese ke A1B ke me swalaba weku me ekome ni doku ni ji ete leji head of the ni doku we songmena Gbese Asafoatse Christopher Benford Nettey the 5th Gbese Asafoatse onupa Gbese tomo benin ko bo be ni abuwe lemu eyemi Bismarck Doku Nettey principal elder ni doku we songmena Gbese Ebenezer Nakan Nettey principal elder ni doku we songmena Gbese suing for and on behalf of themselves as head and principal members, principal elders of the Ni Doku Way, and on behalf of the members of the Ni Doku Way. Now, na meji many I'm a sure. I'm a sure is Royal Majesty, Ni Dr. Ayibonte and Paramount Chief of Gbese, the Paramount Chief of Gbese. Ni Okain Kasablofo Niji Enumo Gbese Jaseche and Principal Kingmaker Gbese Palace Gbese Accra. Amensiu ni Ayi Adefio the second Gbese Akwashonche. Ni Amensiu ni Okain Tego head of Anejewe and acting Gbese Shipi. Amensiu Samuel ni Akaineti head of Christopher Brantford Nettey family of Swalaba Accra. Namo we ko fitai Herbert Akai Nettey Accra. Kana we ko ni Tete Nettey former shipi of Abelempe Accra. Kana we ko Isaac Neboy Nettey Accra. Now, our kind of affidavit any efita neke lawsuit neni akeha Gbese biahi. Again, I need a Nettey of house number D4162/2 Gbese Accra. Do hereby make oath and say as follows. I am the deponent herein, principal elder, and the secretary of the Doku family of Gbese Songmena, that I have the consent of the head of family of the Doku, the first defendant herein, as well as that of the principal elders, to depose to this affidavit, which, unless otherwise stated, are facts within my personal knowledge and belief. So money a swear affidavit ne allo a depose le for neke affidavit ne G ni akai Nettey. Now, again, that at a hearing of this application, my counsel shall seek leave of this court and refer to our process filed in this matter, as if same has been attached hereto and sworn to on oath. That by a writ of summons filed at the instance of the plaintiffs herein, we commenced an action against the defendants herein, claiming the following reliefs. A declaration that the plaintiffs are the proper persons clothed with capacity to appoint the head of family of the Doku. Okay, a declaration that the first plaintiff has been validly nominated, elected, and appointed as the head of family of the Doku of Gbese Songmena. A declaration that the defendants are not clothed with the requisite capacity to remove or suspend the first defendant as the head of family of the Doku of Gbese Songmena. A declaration that the second plaintiff has been validly appointed as the Asafoatse of Gbese in accordance with the custom, practice, and usage of Gbese. A declaration that the position of Asafoatse not being vacant, the defendants cannot appoint the eighth defendant as Asafoatse. Order for interim and perpetual injunction restraining the defendants herein, their agents, assigns, privies, etc., from appointing, installing a new head of family for the Doku and or performing any ceremony to appoint another Asafoatse until the final determination of the suit, damages, and cost. That sometime on the 5th day of August 2023, the principal elders of the Doku validly nominated, elected, and appointed the first plaintiff as the head of family of the Doku of Gbese Songmena. Attached and marked as Exhibit LA1 is a copy of the notice of notification, election, and appointment duly endorsed by the principal elders of the family. So number 5, I repeat the statement of claim so I'm gonna run through in any it take a lot of time. That the principal elders of the Doku are responsible for the nomination, election, and appointment of a head of family whenever there is vacancy. Attached and marked as Exhibit LA are pictures of the principal elders of the Doku performing the traditional rites on my appointment as the head of family. That there are 12 divisional families, quarters, under Doku of Gbese Songmena, and the head of family superintends all these quarters. The Christopher Bradford Nettey family of Swalaba forms part of the 12 divisional families, into parentheses, quarters, under Doku. That consequent to the appointment of the first plaintiff as the head of the family, he has discharged his duties and obligations as required by the custom, practice, and usage of Gbese. That sometime on the first day of July 2024, the defendants herein, acting through the second defendant herein, who is not a member of the Doku, we wrote to the first plaintiff, purporting to suspend him from being the head of family of the Doku without notice to the principal elders of the Doku. A copy of the said letter is attached and marked as Exhibit LA3. That members of the Doku have vowed to resist any attempt by the defendants to and interfere in matters relating to their family. The plaintiff will say that the position of the head of family is not a chieftaincy matter to be determined by the Gbese stool. The defendants will continue with their illicit activities to breach the peace within the Doku family if not restrained by this honorable court. The defendants' continuous meddling in the affairs of the Doku way will undoubtedly result in clashes between the youth of the family and the defendants, with possible bloodshed and subsequent loss of life if this court does not intervene. That it will be just and convenient if this application is granted to maintain the status quo till the final determination of this matter. Wherefore, I swear to this affidavit in support to the motion sworn to in Accra the 31st day of October 2024. Deponent is signed ye Jemmy before me, owner commissioner of Old Seum. So pretty much ke obotoe no ni yue ke DF affidavit any a supporter I'm an injunction allow me relief any I'm sick from the court no jino ni in summarizing in habwe. Now ani wabote I'm a statement of claim ni wakanele one by one koni wana no ni poten ni I'm a bio court and to mobeni nkebo kachonye mene ni kanemo ba femini e ba fa wa de enche ona boni nchon. So ani wabote mi ni wakane the statement of claim ni wa jeshishi. Now the first plaintiff is the head of family of the Doku. To mobedi nkebo some of the things known as affidavit me but I repeat be ko so ba me watching shi ni wakane mi I'm a claim say fa wa it's over 30 points ona boni nchon. So let's get into it. It's going to be a lot of reading. No fine. Keji ota no na no friend no ni ya no bomode nko ni ta mo ti kwa ma ma se no nu ona boni nchon. The second plaintiff is a member of the Doku and Asafoatse Onukpa of Gbese in Kebwake. Asafoatse Christopher Bradford Nettey the fifth legimoni awole Asafoatse biane awole songwena swalaba bieke dabi ke ebale Asafoatse Nettey womo amame nomi esani awoye efita plaintiff say ne yasuwe ni akaye na kangbena ni akayanle. The third, fourth, and fifth plaintiffs are the principal family elders of the Doku of Gbese Songwena. So ni channel fe chono kwa keboli amefita onukpa New York Gbese. Now the plaintiffs bring this action for themselves as head and principal elders of the Doku and on behalf of the members of the Doku of Gbese Songwena. Amedienche ni ameke sanene eba court amenduma amedienche amenajiam ko onukpa efran anajiami ka amewekuma anajiami na ameke sanene eba court. The first defendant is the Gbese Manche and the president of the Gbese traditional stool. So tumobeno no yes ni Gbese wofen waliake leji Gbese Manche ni leji the head of the president of the Gbese traditional council. Now, the second defendant is the Gbese Jase and the principal kingmaker of the Gbese stool. The third defendant is the Akwashon chair of the Gbese stool. An order for interim and perpetual injunction restraining the defendants hearing their agents, assigns, and privies, etc., from appointing, installing a new head of family for the Doku and or performing any ceremony to appoint another Asafoatse until the final determination of the matter. The fourth defendant is the head of the Anejewe and acting Shipi of Gbese traditional area. The fifth defendant is the head of Asafoatse Christopher Bradford Nettey family of Swalaba, one of the quarters under Doku. The sixth defendant is the secretary of the Christopher Bradford Nettey family of Swalaba, one of the quarters under the Doku. The seventh and eighth defendants are self-styled head of family and the yet to be appointed Asafoatse of Gbese, respectively. The plaintiffs will say that sometime on the 5th day of August 2023, the plaintiffs herein validly nominated, elected, and appointed the first plaintiff as the head of family of the need doku way of Gbese songmena. Ni chwanke ame meni ame kasani ete ame ba chwanke last year August manawale manawale nyomi biniji enumo ye afi akpe enyo kenyume enyo ke 5th day of August 2023 inche gami. Ame te no ni ame wo ame dienche ame weku nupa alo ame weku yicho ni achole beni doku ni jete sande wo you name. Now, the plaintiffs are the principal elders of the Nidoku way, responsible for the nomination, election, and appointment of the head of family whenever there is vacancy. Ake chemeni amefita neke sama mone na ake te kote ye. Ameji cheme ni yo songmena weku ni yo Gbese ni eji ame right ame gbena. Ake anytime ni aba weku weku yicho gbena baba ama me ba kwemi koni ame wo neke money ba occupy na can position ne. Now, the plaintiffs will say that there are 12 divisional families, quarters under the new doku way of Gbese songmena, and the head of family superintends all these quarters. Ame ba chono kwake wekui ni yo Gbese songmena shishie ekome nyuma ke enyo ni weku yicho ni yo songmena le kwa alo le eyo neke weku inefe ano neke weku inefe 12 quarters ame fe ame songmena shishi. Now, the Christopher Bradford Nettey family of Swalaba forms part of the 12 divisional families quarters under the ni dokuwe. Ake Asafoatse Nettey weku ni yo Swalaba amefita weku ekome nyuma ke enyo ni yo songmena shishi ni yo Gbese songmena shishi amenyame. Now, the plaintiffs will say that consequent to the appointment of the first plaintiff as the head of family, he has discharged his duties and obligations as required by the custom practices and usage of Gbese. Ake ni ato weku yicho ke ha songmena nibi ni akpagbe ake ebafie eteno ni echu nakainiye ye Gbese mla na. The plaintiff will say that sometime on the first day of July 2024, the defendants herein, acting through the second defendant herein, wrote to the first plaintiff purporting to suspend him from being the head of family of the new doku way without notice to the principal elders of the new doku way. Ye July biniji kenkle ye afi akpei enyo ke nyumai enyo ke ejwemi 1st July 2024 onukpa alo yiche ni ame fita Gbese paramount stool ni asama me ba onaka ache shipi ache Gbese shipi yemi ache Gbese akwashonche yemi ache ke muneko Gbese jase che yemi nekegbe me ne July 1st 2024 amengmawolo ake ame suspendi doku songmena weku yicho niji nu doku ete ni ameke weku onukpa ni yo songmena ni ameto ni doku niji ete ameto le ake leji ame weku nukpa alo ame weku yicho onukpa ni yo Gbese paramount stool le shishien amengmawolo ake ame suspendi ni doku niji ete ni ame bo onukpa ni yo songmena amaniye. The plaintiffs say that it is only the principal elders of Nidokuwe who are clothed with the requisite capacity to appoint, remove, or suspend the head of the Nidokuwe. Ake amonukpa ena medamo Nidokuwe na na mekeneke sanine te kote. Amenchono kwake amepeji meni mla kekusumi ngo amegbe ni ameba wo onukpa ye Nidokuwe mokomoko kwa be ne ye naka ewaleko ne ye naka ngbeneko ni eba wo onukpa ye Nidokuwe ba wo onukpa esomena alo ameba jie onukpa koni awole ye somena. The plaintiffs say that the position of the head of family is distinct from any chieftaincy position, and the purported suspension on the first plaintiff by the second defendant herein without a consent and concurrence of the principal elders of Nidokuwe was unlawful and without authority. Ake amepe ni ameyo ewale ona boni nchon ni amebanye ni amewo alo amefamu kotomo boni yue agbene nwe weku icho womo etumo manchayeli no wani je manchayeli ni nie wekunu pai ni yo na kan weku emi amepe ni ameyo gbena ni amebanye ameto ameweku icho alo ameje moko ejeme because je manchani yeli ni no wani je manche yeli ni onu pai ni yo Gbese paramount stool ame be na kan egbe ni ambanye ni ameka ke be amefa alo amejie weku nupa ko yejeme. Now, the plaintiffs will say that their attention has been drawn to the fact that the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth defendants acting together on the purported suspension letter are taking frantic steps to appoint the seventh defendant as the new head of family of the Ni Doku way. Okay. Onukpa ene ni kasanye te defendant sefen chefen abo ni Gbese Jase che Gbese akwansho che Gbese shipi keme Asafoatse Nettey swala ba weku ke amo ame eje ma me secretary eje ma me weku nukpa ni oje me ame fa me yem chono kwa ke amenu yake defendants ne fe be wakola ke ni Gbese ke won bi fe ame fe ni bi gidi na be ba to weku icho konklo Kea Gbese songmena. Meanwhile, ato ni Doku ni jiete omo ye jeme na kenjino na amechon. Ake ato wekunukpa omo eha ni songmena ye Gbese. Shimo ameni ake defendant se fe ni ake ameka amete court ni. Amefi ameni bi boni afe na amesa amewo weku icho konklo kea songmena. The plaintiff will say that first, second, third, and fourth and fifth defendants are non-members of the Ni Doku way and cannot purport to appoint a head of family for the members of the family. Okay, first defendant Benin Gbese, second defendant Jase ke meni mechila no fe ame je Ni Doku way no ani ame je Ni Doku way ame begbe ni ame tuo weku yicho alo weku yicho ke ha neken wekune. 22. The plaintiffs say that Ni Doku way, as one of the families in the Gbese traditional area, is mandated by the customs, practices, and usage in Gbese to appoint the Asafoatse as well as the priest Songme Wulomo for the Gbese traditional area. Ake ni ameji ake Ni Doku we ji weku ni kusumi kemla meamegbe koni amewo Asafoatse ke Songme Wulomo ke Gbese traditional area afen. So amenchono kwa ke kusumi kemla meame Ni Doku we gbe ona boni cho ni ameto Asafoatse ke Songme Wulomo ke ha Gbese traditional area thing. The Ni Doku way has since time immemorial been the only family at Gbese mandated by the customs and practices to appoint the Asafoatse of the Gbese stool. Ake kejejenjensa kejebiamini ajejenshishie Ni Doku way wekue jimeni anoamegbe yemlami kekusumi ake amewo Asafoatse ke Gbese. The plaintiffs say that sometime on the 6th day of July 2024, the plaintiffs duly nominated, elected, and appointed the second plaintiff as Asafoatse of Gbese to fill the vacant position. Nichwake, amenchono kwake, akeni mlagmo amegbe wo. July, the 6th of July, amedienche ameteno ni ameto the second plaintiff niji Asafoatse Bradford Nettey, Christopher Bradford Nettey the fifth nije numo ametole ake Asafoatse tomoboni kusum kemla mo amegbe ake amefi. The plaintiffs say that before the appointment of the second plaintiff as the Asafoatse of Gbese, they duly notified the Gbese manche, Gbese Jase, and all the defendants herein as requested by the custom, practice, and usage of Gbese. Ake before na ameteno ni ameto Asafoatse amewo Gbese mancheshi ame wo gbese jase cheshi ke meni me fita me na asama me fe ame wo na ka me fe shia ke beshe ni amento Asafoatse. The plaintiffs will say that the defendants herein duly accepted the drinks and associated token without any objection whatsoever. Tomo beni nchonye ni we. Ame nchono kwake bi ameni ame woneke gbe mene shiake ame mbani ame ba to Asafoatse. Mene fe peneno mine wa me kwa ka me peneno da ke enongle ni ame ke ba ame efe ame te moko ekpo na kanjino ni ame nke na kan imbegeme no minkane ni e wolu emi ekola e dan ekola e ngle eko ile shi amena men kake aye fe na kan. Now, the plaintiff will say that acting together with the principal elders, duly appointed the second plaintiff as the Asafoatse of Gbese without any challenge or confrontation from the defendants herein or whatsoever. Ake amete no na meto Asafoatse ni mokomoko ka me pele mokomoko ka me gba kada ye mokomoko ka me je wanie mokomoko echi amegbe amete no na meto ame Asafoatse. The plaintiffs have been informed that the first, second, third, and fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh defendants are taking steps to appoint the eighth defendant also as an Asafoatse when they know that the position of the Asafoatse is not vacant. Ake mena sama nefe amen onukpa ene nu yake amen taoni ameu ameyano ni ameto Asafoatse be amini ameliake Asafoatse position afilomo ebe vacant. Now, that defendants intend to appoint the eighth defendant as a second Asafoatse on Saturday, 2nd day of November 2024, knowing very well that there is an Asafoatse. November 2nd 2024 ni track last week or ne owe amefia me yake amebato Asafoatse ni ameliake ato Asafoatse omo. The multiple appointments of an Asafoatse by the defendant will most likely breach the peace within the Gbese traditional area. Akekeji ateno ni angma amegbeni ametone kan Asafoatse ne eke basa baba ni twenjole ni your Gbese traditional area na kan twenjole bafe basa. 32. That the members of the Doku are vowed to resist any attempt by the defendants to dictate and interfere with their family matters. Ake Doku bi amefia me yake ame penen alo ame ngbe ni mokoni eba ame weku emi eba ame weku emi ni eba cho ame no ni ame fi ame ngbe ni ame pele nakan. 33. The plaintiffs will say that the position of the head of family is not a chieftaincy matter to be determined by the Gbese stool. Ake weku ichoni enyo ni Doku we hiye eje manchayeli benani ne wo Gbese paramount stool be ni ame ba chon money esani edomo neke wekunena. The plaintiffs will say that the appointment of an Asafoatse of Gbese is the sole preserve of the Doku and that function cannot be usurped by any other person. Ake Asafoatse woman we Doku bi ji meni asani esani amewo ni noewo mokokwa be ni nakangbena ni Doku bi eyo eba kone chafun. Alo efo nakan benami wakole nakan. The defendants will continue in their illicit activities to breach the peace within the Gbese if not restrained by this honorable court. Akekeji court echi ni Gbese ke meni mefite na sama amene na amebaya no ni amebafe nibi ni esa keji court echi amena. 36. The defendants' continuous meddling in the affairs of the Doku will undoubtedly result in clashes between the youth of the family and the defendants, with possible bloodshed and subsequent loss of life if this court does not intervene. Akekeji court teke ewomi ni eba kwene ke sandi agme ene kengme beni obana oblantai ni ye wekunemi ko blantai ni domo bia ne beni obana ameka me ebu nomo beni obana akpatalan la eshueshi ni eja. Wherefore, 37. The plaintiffs claim against the defendant jointly and severally as follows. Abene noni amebio ni kote afini. A declaration that the plaintiffs are the proper persons clothed with capacity to appoint the head of family of the Doku. Kote eke na ne afonshi ni etron ake plaintiffs eliji menime te na ma samane amena me yo gbena ni amebato wekuicho kea ni Dokuwe. B. A declaration that the first plaintiff has been validly nominated, elected, and appointed as the head of family of the Dokuwe of Gbese Songmena. Ake kote abomoden kone yu ake first plaintiff ni Doku ni jete atole ye gbakpakpa na wekume ni esani ametole ake weku yicho ke asongmena ni yo ni Dokuwe afe na kan ni omo. C. A declaration that the defendants are not clothed with the requisite capacity to remove or suspend the first plaintiff as the head of family of the Dokuwe of Gbese Songmena. Ake kote ane efe fang ake ni Gbese ke menifite ni asama amene amebe ewale ni ameba wo weku yicho alo ameba jie weku yicho ken songmena bia ewe komo so amebe ewale ni weku yicho ni songmena bia ewe ameba jiele ye jeme amba remove la amba suspend le amba chinlegbe. Now, a declaration that the second plaintiff has been validly appointed as the Asafoatse of Gbese in accordance with the custom, practice, and usage of Gbese. Ake kote enefe fang ake awo Asafoatse omo. Asafoatse ni ni Gbese ke menifite na sio amenta one ewe kote anefe fang ake awo na kan Asafoatse omo no esa ni ameya no na meto Asafoatse conclude. A declaration that the position of Asafoatse not being vacant, the defendants cannot appoint the eighth defendant as Asafoatse. Tumoboni inglami ni nkebo bi ane no. Ake na kan position e afilo mo no ewo ni afile amebe egbe ni ameba afemi ni ameba wo Asafoatse don. Now, an order for interim and perpetual injunction restraining the defendants hearing, their agents, assigns, privates, etc. from appointing, installing a new head of family for the Dokuwe and or performing any ceremony to appoint another Asafoatse until the final determination of this suit. Ona ake kote achiamegbe boniafe echiamegbe ka me won bi fe ni ameka wo wekuricho ke ani Dokuwe don alo ameka yano ni amete ni ameto Asafoatse until ni kote edenche baye sanene ona bonicho. So ene mejino ni amete ni ameyabi ni kote kegmeshi ni ke kote ha me agbene we ame ask for damages ke cost. Dated at Pebble Law Consult, Pebble Place, number 11 Shabanka Path, Latebiokoshi, Accra. This day, 29th day of October 2024. So there you have it. None of your lawsuit tell me no jino ni ikanefe inyabone onaboni nchon ni tamoboni inkobu dane ole ganame waniye boy kani mokola kabo wasaniye mobo wa adienche wasaniye mobo wa adienche ke atamaibe ni neke no kone esebafu ke atamaibe ni neke no kone esebafu ona boni nchon ke atamaibe waya no ni wafe neke son ganangbe waya no ni wafe neke son ani be shako ni wa ba ke wo yake etowo ani be sheko ni wa ba ke wo yake etowo bomoli anu kwale no e kan mejeme bomoli ake no na efio eje fe mu ni She ya no nefe. My boy. My boy wa adi enche. My boy wa adi enche. Mini jino ni kote ba fi. No fe no ni baya no neke sande ne mi ma ha no li. Ngbeji ni tete obobi ashon. Oyi wala don wa ake ofe be ni wona sande gba ngbene. Ngbene nchake mi fio so ko ba na a little bit of glitches here and there. O fa ne keke mi onu. Dag bi kek bi ona mi kwa akete ma fe 10 ni mani program ne e ya no ni esa oyin. Ona. So ngbene ji first day ni try ne ke format ne. Min try ni makwa ke wo ba no wo ba bon live ife mo hu lo ko na gbene nye die nche ona boni chon voice of the people e be ne nche je ke mba so min try so fine o chi na emi e ko na ke there are few glitches here and there ye woni fe mo mi o fine kan na egbo na min boy wo modern ko ni fe mo e ya no ni efe fe ni isa ohin twa ni omanye afo no bye bye
Yeah baba it's Nettey. Them say you want to chop my